Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Welcome for those who are new. My name is Fransica Brackin John. Welcome to the channel, you guys. The Lord gave me such a deep message. He gave me two messages, and the first one I'm going to go into is this, right? The Lord was dealing up with certain things, right? And he said you have to know the difference between certain things. He gave me this and he said, some of you women, some of you men, you go to pimps and madams, individuals who knows how to deal up with hoes and who knows to deal up with these kind of individuals. You do not go to persons who know to deal up with your problem, which is a husband problem, or which is a wife problem, or which is a man problem. Now I'm going to explain the difference with it. Now, a pimp will be someone who know how to get many women and who know how to keep their hoes or their whatever it is on the attack, and they will give you wisdom on that. And you will ask yourself, I wouldn't go to a pimp or a hoe intentionally to deal up with my husband or to deal up with my man, because that is a pimp or a hoe. I do not see my significant other as that, right? But the Lord says, some of you all do not know that some of you all friends who you go to and confine in is pimps and is madams. The reason why I can say that is because some individuals don't even know that that is what they are doing. They don't even know that that is who they have become. The way how they run their lifestyle, the kind of lifestyle that they have, they don't know. It's like having a title, which having a title without knowing, that you have that title. They don't know the kind of lifestyle that they have. They now can be labeled. They now, listen to my words correctly, they now can be labeled as pimps and as madam based on the lifestyle that they have. They can be labeled as such. And because they do not know this and you do not know that about that particular person also, and you look upon their life and it just seems like they gain many women and everything is cool with their life, right? And again, all these kind of women, all these kind of men, and everything is cool with their life. You might want, and you might look at your wife or your husband, and you might want, or your man, or if you're dating, whatever it is, and you might look at them and think to themselves, why is chaos going on in my life? And look at how this person have this man or have this woman or whatever it is, and their life is cool. And it might pique something inside of you that go and ask this person for advice as to how to deal up with your husband or your wife or your significant other, wherever it is, to see how to deal with, go and ask for advice to handle my current situation. And the Lord said the reason why this would not work is because they have wisdom to know how to deal up with hoes, and they have pimp kind of wisdom. And you looking for wisdom. What I mean, you're looking for wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. You're looking for wisdom as to how to deal up with a wife, not with a hoe. So they will give you advice on to how to deal up with a wife or a husband. But the reason why these wisdom does not work on your significant other is because it is adjusted for hoes. It is adjusted for, do you understand what I'm saying? This is not meant for a wife. It is not meant for a husband. So it will not work on them because that was not, oh God, it's like putting in oil, but it's not for the right purpose. It's not in the right vehicle. Certain vehicles deal up with diesel, certain vehicle, I'm just using an example, right? Certain vehicles deal up with diesel, certain vehicles deal up with different things, right? If you do not know what vehicle deal up with what oil, you can put it in and you will see no kind of manifestation of the oil taking suit inside of that vehicle, right? So if you do not know that, you cannot treat thy husband or treat thy wife like with wisdom based on those friends that know how to deal up with hoes. You treat them like hoes, you treat your husband like a hoe, you treat your wife like a hoe. Guess what? They are not going to, you give them the wisdom that come from that friend who know how to deal up with hoes and who know how to deal up with, whatever it is. Guess what? You are not going to get the outcome of the love or of whatever it is that you are seeking for. You're not going to get the right result. Why? Because you're giving them the wrong wisdom. Because you're taking it from the wrong source. You have to know the difference. There is wisdom also to know how to deal with boyfriend and girlfriend. There is some individuals that is very skilled in that because they have they're dealing with, you could be watching out, they're dealing with their boyfriend or their girlfriend, and or the person that they're dating, and they have a particular life where they are, how to say, they have a particular lifestyle where everything is cool with them, right? And you might go and ask them for wisdom to deal up with your husband and your wife. You have to understand the difference is that they have a girlfriend, they do not have a husband, they do not have a wife. Do you understand what I'm saying? So you have to understand, you have to you have to seek wisdom from individuals that have, that is in the current situation that you are in, that have wisdom as to how to deal up with husband and wife, not wisdom as how to deal up. You have to know the difference. Now I'm going to explain what is the difference with getting wisdom to know how to deal up with a man and getting wisdom to know how to deal up with a woman. What is the difference with being able to deal, where's the difference with dealing up with a husband and with a man? There is two different, with a wife and with a woman. Where is the difference if I use that particular wisdom that a person give me, even if they have a man or they have a girlfriend or they have whoever in my marriage? The difference is one was meant to be a team and the other was not meant to be a team. Do you understand what I'm saying? When two people tie the knot, two, and a tie the knot, they are meant now in the eyesight of the Almighty God as one. This is the difference. When before Adam knew Eve, Adam was a man or whatever it is. He was a man. But guess what? He's still a man with Eve. The difference is purpose. A different purpose was added to his life. A different purpose. So he was a provider, which is why a man's supposed to be a provider, wherever it is. When he married to Eve, he become another purpose. He become a husband. Another purpose got added onto his life. If that friend is speaking to man by himself, then wisdom such as nobody can control you, you shouldn't ask this or whatever it is, this and that, those kind of wisdom can be able to be added and will see effective things inside of that man's life because that man is not connected. Why is it so bad for a husband to use the knowledge of a man and not of a husband is because can two work together unless they agree? If you move single, guess what? Two is tied together, but you moving single. Single meaning, listen, if I want to do this, both are we tied together, and I want to do this, I want to take a step. Please don't misunderstand my message. I want to take a step, and I don't know, this side here don't know, the wife or the husband don't know what you want to do because why? You're moving single, you're moving as a man, right? You're moving as a woman. You're not moving as a wife or a husband. And you take a step. Do you know that that person who does not know, because listen, in order to move like your husband or wife, there is something that is needed, and that is communication. Because communication lets me know that you're going to make this step so I can go forward with you and there will be no hindrances. There will be no obstruction. Do you know when two persons tie their leg together and pity about one of them trying to step forward and the other one does not know what the next person is going to do? Do you know that that can trip that person or cause that person to fall? Do you know that? That can cause that person to fall because why? You are moving outside of communication. Communication is what, oh God, is what keeps the team works together. Is what keeps things flowing effectively in a marriage. Now, if you, oh God, do you understand what I'm saying? Communication happen like that. Now, I'm not saying that communication, when there's communication, there can't be still problems with that. The Lord said the reason why when you communicate something with someone and there is problems still where there isn't any effective movements, when you're working, you ever see a well-oiled machine that works good, it works effectively? Do you understand what I'm saying? Communication is like that oil that keeps things flowing effectively. When there is a problem with communication, which is called confusion, which is called misunderstanding, this is what happened. This is what happened. Oh God, and my Redeemer. Things start to mess up. You don't know why this is happening. You don't know why that is happening. Now, the reason for certain things happening the way how it happened is because men or women oh God, they will say, oh, this person moving childish because they don't want to communicate with me. They're moving childish, right? You have to understand something. That the term to move childish, meaning you're lacking wisdom. In the Bible, it always say wisdom come from knowledge of the old, right? Wisdom. The gray hair that is on your head shows that you have great wisdom. Why? Because gray hairs come from living long on the earth. So you have experience in that thing. So gray hairs is always deal up with the age. And when you see dark hair or whatever, it's always deal up with individuals that is young. Do you understand what I'm saying, right? So wisdom in the biblical sense always deal up with being wise, being of age, right? You don't have to be of age and you get plenty wisdom. You have age in the spiritual realm. Do you understand what I'm saying? Please understand this word. When you are void of understanding in the Bible, meaning you don't have plenty knowledge in a particular area, you are like a little child. So this is when you say a man or a woman is behaving childish. Childish, you could be in a relationship and you're moving childish, simply meaning that you do not have wisdom in a particular area. It's not a disrespectful thing, or this person moving childish or whatever it is. It's not like that, right? Childish could just simply mean that they do not have wisdom in that particular area, so they are moving based on the lack of wisdom thereof. Do you understand what I'm saying? The lack of wisdom that they have in that particular area. Tell me you're following so far? Do you understand what I'm saying? They're moving a lack of wisdom in that particular area. So this is what happens. Communication keep things together. When misunderstanding happens is when there is communication but the person does not understand the reason for it. And the reason why, listen, how do you know that a misunderstanding occur is when that person, what you are trying to communicate or bring across to that person oftentimes they take it in a different way that was not intended for, oh God, that you did not intended it to be. When that happens, I oftentimes misunderstand the Lord based on the fact of the certain things that the Lord does. I misunderstand him. And the reason why I know I misunderstand the Lord, what he's saying, is when, Lord, you say that you love me, you say that you're this, but everything that you are doing to me, it does not look like if it coming from love. And this means that there is a misunderstanding. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you want to know if there's a misunderstanding, you have to look upon the characteristic of that person. Is this person that someone that loves me? And if this person is someone that loves me and wants the best to me and wants certain things to me, if this person is someone that loves me and wants certain things to me, then why it is that they tell me this, or why it is that they does this? And if to you it does not make sense, then there is a misunderstanding. When we when we know that who someone is to us, and it does not appear to us like that person actions, it's coming from that loving place or whatever it is, there is a misunderstanding. Do you understand what I'm saying? There is so much inside of it. There is a misunderstanding. And when there is a misunderstanding, there's a need for clarity. You go and you talk to that person and you say, this is what I understand. And it appears to me that you don't love me, because why would you tell me to do this? And it can be cleared up. Understanding, communication and understanding make things function effectively. Do you understand what I'm saying? So there's a difference with husband and wife, and certain wisdom that you take and certain wisdom that you do not take. If you say that your husband or your wife is moving childish in a particular area, it could just mean that they are lacking wisdom in that particular area. They might need to understand a little bit more how this works or how that works, which means communication. They don't want to attack that person. Do you understand what I'm saying? Holy One, I hope that I did this justice. If you notice, the majority of individuals that go to counseling and go to certain areas, go to counseling, they go there because of misunderstanding that is causing conflict. Misunderstanding also can have a person believing that that person hate them. And when they believe that that person hate them, this is why some individuals out of that believe that that person does not love me, that person wishes, that person that, out of that belief, they can take foolish actions that can cause problems. Do you understand what I'm saying? The Lord said, can two work together unless they agree? Can two function unless they agree? Now, the problem with someone who moving without the another party, the another person, I should say, consent, the another person consent, and that's a word I didn't even want to choose because some of you all like to just take my messages and believe it's political and all these kind of foolishness, and I'm directly trying to I'm not, thinking about certain things, and they like to twist things and say, you see, and all kind of foolishness. I ain't gonna say no more. Do you understand what I'm saying? Now listen to me. Two individuals that want to function effectively. The person that might say, well, when they get advice as a man's supposed to do this or a woman's supposed to do this, they take that advice now. Nobody's supposed to control you, nobody's supposed to tell you this, nobody's supposed to tell you that. That is advice for a single man. When man become married, he cannot take that kind of advice because why? In a relationship, two is tied together. Now, if you communicate with me that you're going to do this, I can take actions that can make sure that whatever you are going to do in that area can prosper effectively. When I do not know that you're going to do this, my action can hinder your progress. Because why? You did not communicate with me, particularly. That goes for both men and women. One of them is functioning doing this, being the provider. The other is functioning handling the kids, handling the home, handling certain things. When you're going to make a decision, you communicate with your partner so to make sure that it does not cause problems in them handling the kids, handling the home, handling certain things. It does not cause problem with that. Just for the wife also, what you are doing, you're going to do something, make sure that it does not hinder or cause problems with the husband providing or whatever it is. Two of them need communication in order to function effectively. Or this is when you see hindrances or slow progress in certain areas where the husband might want to do something or where the wife might want to do something because why? There wasn't any communication there, and something take place where it hindered the other one progress and prosperity. There's a need for communication to make sure that every decision that you make and I make don't get hindered by the other person. This is for marriage. This is for teamwork. Please let me understand this. Don't take my messages and say, oh, you see this and you see that. Stay blessed, stay strong. If you're new to the channel, remember to share, like, and subscribe. Go back. If you misunderstand my message, you can even comment and say, well, I didn't understand this or whatever it is. I'm here to clear it up, right? Teamwork make the dream work. Communication is needed, and if someone is causing a problem, they might just not know how to do something, right? Don't always take things negatively and saying this. If you say this person behaving childish or whatever, it could just mean that they lack wisdom in that area. That is all. Many marriages get mashed up and get destroyed by simply something that's called communication or misunderstanding of the communication. What you tell me, I did not understand it because it seems like you love me, right? And I know you love me. So why are you telling me this? Ask a question. Ask a question. If you know that that person love you and they want the best for you, and what they are talking to you or seeing what they are doing seems like something that is not coming from that place of love or whatever it is, it could just be misunderstanding. Do you understand what I'm saying? Stay blessed, stay strong. If you're new to the channel, remember to share, like, and subscribe. Bye guys. Raise your name.